Good afternoon, students. Welcome to this first edition of BOS for Success. Now, till now, you have attended all the three sessions for the foundation papers. Now, this is the concluding one for the BOS Success series. That is your paper number 4, which is Business Economics. Now, this time from the very beginning, we are very keen on making you not only understand the subject, but also from the examination perspective also. We every time we keep on telling the students that what types of questions are expected in the examinations, how to study, how to practice, what are the different types of questions that has been coming in the examinations. Every even supported by examples that from the very beginning we had done that. We had extended the classes also, number of classes also, but still we are receiving queries from few of the students that what will be the pattern of the question, what is the syllabus weightage, uh, uh, how we can study economics, and this sort of questions. Although from the very beginning, when we have started this live virtual classes, now we are very much focused on making student understand all these aspects that I'm just talking about. So, economics, business economics is one of the most interesting paper at the foundation level, because not only it builds a foundation about economics, but in gradually when the student passes the foundation, intermediate, and the final level, knowledge of economics will be very helpful as a chartered accountant too, because macroeconomic variables plays a very important role in any decision making, because how sound the financial parameters will be, but they are being affected by the macroeconomic variables. So business economics is basically it integrate economic theory with business practices which help in the process of business decision making. And uh, as all the students are aware that our new curriculum uh, is been applicable from 1st July 2023, and on the basis of this business economics paper is of 100 marks. Now again I am repeating, this is of 100 marks, and multiple choice questions is been asked in the examinations. Multiple choice questions is been asked in the examinations, and also there is provision for negative marking. So I'm repeating, 100 questions on different 10 units that is been prescribed in your syllabus uh, will be from that unit, although the weightage that is been assigned to different units is a little bit of different, that is not uniform, because some unit carries a higher weightage compared to other unit, but generally from the examinations perspective, all units are important, because yesterday only I was just answering one query that which section I used to focus in the examination. Now, definitely, even as a faculty or members, we are not aware of what type of questions will be coming in the examination, because that is all uh, a prerogative of the examination department. But yes, we can tell you that from based on the previous experience, the types of questions that has been asked in the examinations, on the basis of which we used to help the student in understanding the thing, and apart from this, uh, practice various questions not only in the sessions, but after all also we used to suggest that keep on revising, keep on practicing, and these many stuffs. So again, the questions paper is based on both uh, this skill wise and your understanding of the subject. Both knowledge is been tested. I'm just briefing you about the different aspect of your syllabus, and then definitely we'll be taking up queries or any doubts that the student are having. Now, section 1 is Introduction to Business Economics, where meaning and scope of business economics, basic problem for economics, role of price mechanism are is been discussed, and this carries a weightage of 5%. Now, although it carries a weightage of 5%, but for understanding of the subject, this unit is important. And many times in the examinations, various types of questions is been coming from this section. So read this unit carefully. Although we are hoping that most of the students must have completed this syllabus, they are on the revision stage, because this is just the first unit I am just talking about. So I think most of the doubts that the student is having must be cleared by now. Although till your paper date of the paper, uh, keep on revising this whole syllabus. And one more important thing is, some unit the students are more confident about, that requires less time for revision. Some units requires more time for revision, and that is not uniform across student. That varies from student to student. So just analyze your strength and the weaknesses. Although from last time student have asked about that one class on numerical questions should also be taken. So this time the last class that was been taken by us is uh, focused more on the numerical sections, from where the questions is been appearing in the examinations. So all the formulas, all the concepts, all is been revised in detail. Second important part is unit number 2, that is theory of demand and supply. Again, meaning of demand, determinants of demand, law of elasticity of demand, that is been discussed in detail. Theory of consumer behavior, indifference curve, determinants of supply, elasticity of supply, equilibrium, all is been discussed, and this is the basic foundation of economics. So all this aspect has been covered in this examination, in this unit, and it carries a weightage of 10%. Then comes the unit number 3, that is theory of production and cost, where again factors of production, short run, long run, law of variable proportion, law, return to scales, producer equilibrium, concept of cost, which is a vital aspect in microeconomics, that all is been covered in the syllabus, and it again carries a weightage of 10%. Then comes unit number 4, that is price determination in different market systems, different market. Again, here it carries a weightage of 15%, and we are talking about in this unit the different types of market: perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Uh, the characteristics of these types of market, the short run, the long run equilibrium conditions, uh, all is been elaborated in this chapter. And again, in the examination also, various questions is been coming from this unit. And it is an important unit. It carries a weightage of 15%. Then comes unit number 5, which is determination of national income. Again, introduction of macroeconomics uh, is started from this unit, and it carries a weightage of 15%. It consists of uh, determination of national income, the different types, the different methods through which national income can be calculated, is been elaborated in this unit. Then macroeconomics aggregates, Keynesian economics, the distinction between classical and Keynesian economics, the two-sector model, three-sector model, and four-sector model is been explained. Multiplier concept is also been there. So from examination perspective, different questions can be framed from this unit, and that can in every time we see that many questions from this unit is appearing in the examination, and the students is having an advantage that they can see the questions uh, which has been appeared in the previous examination from September uh, 2024 onwards. Now the students are getting the examination, the question paper also. So you can very much see that what are the different types of question that is been asked in the examination, because previously you have to do the question and you have to submit the answer and the questions both in the examination hall only. So but still sample papers and various stuffs are available. So uh, earlier also there was not much very problem was there, but now you can have a feel of the question paper that has been appeared last time. Suppose you are appearing in January attempt, so you can see what types of questions is been asked in the September 25 examination. Even May or June attempt also the questions are available. Next is business cycle, meaning phases, causes behind business cycle. This is also, it carries a weightage of 5%, but generally uh, we see that questions appear from this unit uh, because this is again a vital unit, because business cycle predicts uh, the economic phenomenon, and again the various macro variables is based on this business cycle model. So this unit is again important, and it carries a weight of 5%. Then comes public finance. Public finance again uh, is very vital. We talk about the fiscal functions, overview of state and central finances, market failure, process of budget making, uh, expenditure management, public debt, and fiscal policy. So, in a holistic sense, what is important component of public finance all is been uh, uh, discussed in this module. So, at least the student is having a basic understanding of what consists of public finance and what are the different aggregates parameters that need to be learned by the student while pursuing this business economics paper. Now next is the money market. Again, it carries a weightage of 5%, sorry, 10%, where we talk about the concept of money, important theories of demand for money, concept of money supply, and monetary policy. Because in economics, fiscal policy, monetary policy are important tools which is being used by the government to regulate the economy. So all various aspects is being covered in this unit number 8, and it carries weightage of 10%. Next is international trade. And now, right now, this is one of the most happening areas that has been discussed in newspaper nowadays. International trade, where we are talking about the different theories of international trade, uh, then trade policy, the different trade negotiations, treaties, exchange rate, how the exchange rate has been determined, and the various uh, policies related with that. Apart from this, FDI and FII uh, is also been discussed. So, in a holistic sense, what consists of international trade, the whole is been elaborated in detail. And last unit is again carries a weightage of 10%, that is Indian economy. Uh, Again, it's very important because knowing about the condition of Indian economy, even the historical background from 1947 onwards, how our economy has developed in the last 75 plus years, that is been discussed, and the different types of policies that is been from time to time that is been uh, made changes as time progresses. So all, even the most radical 90 policy, new liberalization policy of 1991 is also been discussed in detail. And the most recent phenomena coming of Niti Aayog in place of Planning Commission, all is been discussed in the detail. The three sectors, that primary, secondary, and the tertiary sectors, policy related to that, the different development that has come across, all is been discussed about here. Now, this consists basically your syllabus. Now, again, if you see what is been asked in the examination, uh, various concepts, although in detail the student must have uh, till now had completed the syllabus, but from each unit we are telling some of the important concepts, which again is vital from the examination point of view. Uh, like in the unit one, the characteristics of capitalist economy, socialist economy, mixed economy, what is business economics, what is the difference between economics and business economics, uh, um, clarity regarding all these concepts must be there, so that the minor distinctions you can foresee. Because in case of objective types of paper, uh, sometimes it happens that the options which has been given in the examination paper are similar, quite similar. So the person who is clear with the concept can make the distinction. Or in the previous also we had telling that in numerical type of questions, elimination is the most important tools, because one or two options that might not be related to the concept only, so that can be easily been negated, so you are left with two options. So chances of picking up the right answer is very high. So focus on those areas. Second thing is, what mistakes what usually students do is not reading the question correctly. Sometimes one single word can make the interpretation of the questions differently for different people. So while answering the question, read the question carefully, that what is to be answered. So some keywords definitely is there in every questions, to you can mark those keywords so that you can have a better understanding of the question. So if you have better understanding of the question, so definitely your chances of marking the correct answer will be very, very high. So practice this, although most of the students are doing it, because this is not the first exam that they are facing, because 10th 12th all you have cleared, and at the foundation level basically uh, mostly is an extension, initial papers for entering into the chartered accountancy course. So those people who have the paper business economics or economics at the foundation at the 12th level, they have must have a basic background about that. But anyhow, in the LVC classes we had made this whole paper very simple to understand. Only uh, expectation we are having from the students, that yes, they need to read the module carefully. And again I'm repeating, the questions are from your study module only. So banking on different uh, uh, various module or various sources won't be a great idea. Our ICAI syllabus, ICAI, this material that has been given to the students is enough, particularly at the foundation level, um, in paper like business economics. So read your study material carefully, because mostly uh, all the questions are from the study module only. uh, Next important thing, that at end of each chapter there is points to remember, or important points that has been there. So keep uh, revising all that, but at the last moment you don't have that much time to read line by line of whole content. So at that moment, those points to remember is very helpful. You are already having saransh, which again reference or at the last mile referencer, because at the last moment you can refer to saransh, and basically you can have a feeling that yes, you know all these concepts through pictorial representation, that all the concept is been explained in detail. So you can have an idea of all that. Now next important part is, uh, next important area that is concerned to you is that 0.25 negative marking is there, that one-fourth negative marking is there. So while answering this question, if you don't know the question, then again one of two question you can leave that. But even sometimes it happens that uh, you are very clear to the answer, but still not sure about it. So at the first go, mark all the questions that you are very confident about, and um, don't stick to any questions which is taking much time, because the time allocated to you is 2 hours, and the questions that is 100. So definitely accordingly you have to allocate your time. So don't give much uh, time to uh, every questions, because sometimes it happens that uh, some easy question is left out, and you keep on working on that some tough questions. So manage your time well in the examination hall. So these are few points that I need to make you understand. Uh, Now, Mr. Assis is here. So now we can ask the students if any query they are having. Uh, we can take up those query, or Assis will also be sharing his experience while taking up the classes, that what generally some common mistakes the student used to do, and what uh, basically what uh, they can safeguard that the student can take, uh, so that they cannot make much of mistakes in the examination. So Assis.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, students. So, as Nikhil sir has already pointed out about how to approach the examination, how to approach the syllabus, and every other detail. So, students, I would not repeat those points. I would focus on your technical doubts. The first doubt that I see in the chat box, I can read is from students. You know, uh, Anjana has asked a question, so I will, discuss it one by one. Okay. Elasticity of supply. I am reading out the question, which the students have posted in the chat box. Okay. So
Yes,
I'll
yes.
help you out, students. Okay. The elasticity of supply at any point on a given supply curve passing through the origin, making an angle of 35° with x-axis. Now, friends, a very simple answer. In short, they have told that there is a supply curve which is passing through the origin, making an angle of 35° with the x-axis. Students, Here lies the main trick. Here lies the main trick. It can be 35 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree. It is useless information. I will tell you why. If the supply curve is upward sloping and it is passing through the origin, it is a case of unitary elastic supply. It is always the case of unitary elastic supply. If it is touching the origin, it doesn't matter whether it's touching the origin at 35 degree, 38 degree, 48 degree, 47 degree, 42 degree, 41 degree. It is immaterial. If it is touching the origin, your answer will be unitary elastic demand, and unitary elastic supply, and the value of unitary elastic supply is equal to 1. So in the answer, option C has that answer 1. So that will be the answer. First doubt, students, I hope I was able to solve. Second
And
question.
second most important thing is this MTP is just a exercise, because definitely uh, same type of questions and same questions won't be appearing in the in your final examination. So it's just to test your just preparedness for the examination. So even though some students who have not done very well in the MTP, don't get bogged out by that, because again, still you have plenty of time for revision and scoring good marks in the examination. Yes.
Okay. Students, the next question I received is CPI inflation target under current framework is. Students, the answer is 4%
4%.
plus minus 2%. 4% plus minus 2% will be your answer. So it ranges from 2 to 6%. In the ICAI module, in the monetary policy framework agreement page, that is in the last page of that module, you will find this written. Okay. Moving on to the next question. A dealer sells only two brands of motorcycles. Okay. Royal and Hero. So there are two brands of motorcycle that a dealer is selling. One is Royal and the other one is, dear students, Hero. Okay, I read this. Now what they say is, it was observed that when price of Royal rises by 10%, so percentage change in price is 10. Okay. Change in price is 10% of Royal. Demand for Hero increases by 15%. Wow. So there is a change in demand for Hero by 15%. The fact that I'm writing it in positive goes to show that there is a direct relationship. What is the cross price elasticity of Hero against the price of Royal? So that's easy. Percentage change in quantity by percentage change in price. That's 15% by 10%, 1.5. It will be plus 1.5, because you see there is a direct relationship. When price of Royal bikes are rising, the price of the quantities demanded of Hero bikes are increasing. Since there is a direct relationship, so accordingly, I have answered that. Third question. Students, the fourth question is, which of the following statement is correct concerning the relationship among the different firms? Now, cost function, this is a student exact question from ICAI module. Let me tell you, this question is from ICAI module. The correct answer is C. Total cost is total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Okay, students. So when I say this, total fixed cost, if you keep it here, total fixed cost becomes equals to total cost minus total variable cost. That would be my answer. In the given question that I have, B will be the appropriate answer asked by one of our students. Okay. The next doubt I see students posting, I will answer that. Okay. Fifth question this is. Okay. The question is, given total cost equals to, okay, 1500. Okay. Total cost equals to 1500, sorry, 2000 plus 15Q minus, I am just looking at the question, 6Q2. Okay. 15Q minus 6Q2 plus Q3. Okay. Now what is the student asking me? Sir, this has been given. How much is TFC? What is the total fixed cost at quantity 2000? At quantity 2000. So students, here they are trying to befool us. And let me tell you, we will not be befooled by them. I will tell you why. Because you see, All these three are quantity dependent. So this represents total variable cost. So the total fixed cost is the fixed component. So this will be the total fixed cost. I don't need to look at the option. The answer will be total fixed cost is 2000. All this quantity and all these jamburics we don't need. You know why? Because that implies variable cost. We are to find the total fixed cost. Okay. So therefore, students, I have answered you. The correct answer will be as pointed out to you. Total fixed cost is 2000. Okay, sir. Students, next question is okay. When violation of law of demand occurs, okay, when violation of law of demand occurs, option A is substitution effect is negative. Okay, I will read the questions first. Okay, income effect is negative. Okay, negative income effect is less than substitution effect. Negative income effect is greater than substitution effect. So students, in short, what does substitution effect tell you? That if price of one commodity rises, okay, the price of one commodity rises, the quantity of other commodity will rise, है ना? Or the quantity of the current commodity will fall. But income effect says that if income rises, then the quantity demanded of the current commodity will rise. Now, students, a very simple thing is that they are saying that we will want violation of law of demand. So what do we want? We want that when price rises, quantity demanded also rises. So who do we want to win? We want income effect to win. That is, income effect is greater. So therefore, we want income effect to win. So income effect is greater than substitution effect. And then this will be a case of violation. Moving on. The next question, students, is total cost. Acha, this one we have already done, so no worries. The market demand for a perfectly competitive industry is QD equals to this, and P equal to 4, Q equal to, there is some misprint in the question. Students have not written the pura question completely. So I will avoid this one. I will move to the next one. Okay. I will move to the next one. Let's see what others have written. Assertion. In the short run, under perfect competition, given the market demand and market supply, the industry is in equilibrium at the price which clears the market. Okay. The price at which quantity demanded equals to quantity sold. Okay. In the short run, under perfect competition, given the market demand and market supply, industry is in equilibrium at the price at which price clears the market. Okay. In the long run, all the firms in the industry earns profit. Normal profit. Okay. So see, we can say that both are correct. Both the statements in their own rights are correct, but explanation is not correct. So there is my answer. Next, which of the following is correct regarding long run cost? Option 1, it is the least cost of producing each level of output. LAC curve is envelope of SAC curve. Yes, this is correct. LAC is U-shaped. That is correct. So option 2 and 3 are correct. So 2 and 3 are correct. That it is envelope of SAC curves and LAC curve is U-shaped. Why it is called the envelope of SAC curves? That would be an interesting approach and interesting question to answer. You see, students, because when I make such graphs, and Anjana, I have already answered. So don't repeat your questions. Okay. I have already answered the questions that you are now posting. Moving on. So students, these are short run average cost curves. Now, when you connect the minimum points of each one of them, you get a long run average cost curve. Okay. So there lies my answer. Now, having answered all the questions, students, I would now myself like to convey some important areas for your syllabus, which you should perfectly read. Okay. And let me tell you the approach as well. Nikhil sir has rightly pointed out the chapters order-wise along with their respective weightage. Now, if I go into each chapter separately, let me highlight it for you. Okay. The first one is chapter 1. Students, from here, my experience dictates that the following area institute has rather focused on, and these are important. the positive and normative approach of economics. Okay, where I taught you that positive approach only describes what is. Normative approach also tells us what ought to be or what should happen. Okay, so positive and normative economics. Okay, there is this thing. Next thing is in chapter 1, that is very important, is the concept of capitalist, socialist, and mixed economy. Huh? Students, these areas are very important. I am not asking or I am not prescribing selective study. No, I am not doing that. What I am saying is that these two areas are in particular very, very relevant. So we should read this one in chapter 1. Okay. I I believe students are noting this down. Okay. Now moving on to chapter number 2. Students, when I say chapter number 2, you see there are topics like demand. You see there are topics like elasticity of demand. Okay. Elasticity of demand, right? When I say elasticity of demand, Student Institute particularly focuses on the percentage method and the arc elasticity method. Okay. So you should revise this once you approach your examination, which you already have approached. Okay. Demand elasticity, I have said percentage method and arc elasticity method. Then students, you have your exceptions to the law of demand. Your exceptions to the law of demand. Okay, this is a very important area. And the different demand curves. And the different demand curves. These are very important. Chapter 2. Students, having discussed chapter 2, one more area of chapter 2 is in consumer equilibrium, where institute can obviously ask you about in consumer equilibrium, institute can definitely ask you about the price equals to marginal utility condition. Okay, so we got to remember that. Moving on, students.
Akshit, you unmute yourself. Ask your question. That was related to elasticity also. Akshit?
Good morning, good afternoon, sir.
Huh.
Yes, Akshit.
Good afternoon. Am I audible? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Ask your
yes.
question.
Sir, I was asking that day the demand related to elasticity of demand. The following the disposable income of the consumer. I have confusion.
Right. So factors affecting elasticity, you are saying the disposable income point you want to understand, right?
Yes, sir. Some points I got confused. I was studying, then I was practicing those questions. So in the disposable income and consumer expectations, the
Okay.
following third and
So understood. So Akshat, we will do experiment with you. No problem. I will help you out. So you got confused with the income point. I am sure you have your book in front, Akshat. Yes or no?
yes, sir. From the book only I was studying, sir.
Yes. So read that point in the book because now you will be able to explain. You read that point in the book, the consumer income point. Read it.
First I'll read disposable income. Third point, sir. Disposable income of the consumer, the purchasing power of a buyer, is determined by the level of his disposable income. Other things being equal, the demand for a commodity depends upon the disposable income of the potential purchasers. Purchasers in general, increase in disposable income tends to increase the demand for particular types of goods and services at given price.
So, Akshit, you look, a very simple thing is written. Disposable income means after you have paid your income taxes, what you have left in hand is called disposable income. Yes or no? This much did you
Yes, sir.
understand? Yes or no? Now, Akshit,
Yes,
the
sir.
simple thing is that, of course, you tell me what institute has given is, of course, if your disposable income rises, that is, if you have more money in your hand, your purchasing power, ability to purchase will rise. Yes or no, Akshit?
Yes, sir.
And if your purchasing power rises, then quantity demanded will rise. That's it. That is what is written.
Then I have, sir. What is normal goods? That alone, say, sir.
Normal goods means clothes, the goods that are used in day to day life, the day to day process of life. For example, clothes that we wear daily, right? Daily transfers, the food we eat daily, all these are normal goods.
Is clear na, Akshit?
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Consumer expectation. Normal goods means cloth. That one I understood, sir. Normal goods means cloth that are demanded increasing quantities as consumer income increases.
Right,
Then
Yes, yes, that
consumer.
that is normal na.
right.
Now fifth point, consumer expectations.
Yes, read it.
I'll read, sir. Consumer expectations written, sir, regarding consumer expectations regarding future prices, income, supply conditions, etc. influence current demand. If the consumer expect increase in future prices, increase in income, and shortages in supply, more quantities will be demanded. If they expect a fall in price or fall in income, they will postpone their purchases of non-essential commodities, and therefore the current demand for them will fall. Level of consumer and business confidence about their future economic situations also affect spending and demand. This
So
is
Akshit, now
written.
pay attention. Now
Yes,
Akshit,
sir.
what I am telling you is a very simple thing. Akshit, you were planning to buy some products, okay, some commodities, okay. So
Yes, sir.
Akshit, you were planning to buy some commodities. Now what happened was, you are expecting that in the future, price of these commodities is going to rise. So Akshit, what will you do? You will wait for the future so that the price rises and you will buy it at a higher rate, or today will you buy it?
No, sir.
Obviously,
We
obviously today you will buy it. You will not wait for the future, because if you wait for the future, then you will have to pay a higher price for that product. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if you expect the future price to rise, your present quantity demanded is going to go up. That is the only thing that was discussed there. Understood or not?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Then in that factors, what is the difference between second and third point? Age distribution of population and level of national income and its distribution.
In the factors affecting, the first thing is the national income. Obviously, if a country has more income, the demand will be more. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This was the first, third point, whatever you wanted to say. Now, the second thing is age distribution. Of course, if in a country there are more young people, then the products, for example, if there are more kids in the country, then let's say the toys of kids will be sold more. Suppose if there are more old people in the country, like Japan, you see the products that are used by old people more will be of higher demand. So what product is demanded more depends on what is the age group that is primarily, dominant in a particular part of the country. I hope it is clear to you now. I have explained to you.
Yes, sir. Age distribution I explained means the number of people or old age groups relative young age groups will be increased demand for children books and level of national
Right.
income means it is a determinant of market demand that higher
That
the
if
national
country has a
income.
more income, if country can earn more, the country can purchase more.
Okay, fine. Assis, you are discussing about some important points. Now continue with that.
Right, right, sir. Right, sir. So students, as I was telling you all, so yes, this was the chapter 2 which I was saying. And as I have already told you, graph students, graphs of different variety are very important. So we must go through our graphs and features of indifference curves in chapter 2. Features of indifference curve, very important. Institute will ask and has asked in the past questions from these areas. Now if I move to chapter 3 students, okay, if I move to chapter 3, where we talk about production and cost, the topic where we talk about production and cost. So, students, there I will highlight a couple of important areas for you. No worries. Students, from production, what is very important is two areas. Number one is your Cobb Douglas production function. Okay. By like where and what kind of firms it was in America, for the kind of manufacturing firms it was applicable, what is the ratio of labor and capital in Cobb Douglas production function. That's important. In production, another important thing is the shape of the curve, the TP, MP, and AP, right? TP, MP, and AP, and particularly law of variable proportion is more important, right? I have solved, I mean, uncountable number of numericals both in the regular class and in the last class also, when I had my last class of revision, where I had done approximately above 100 MCQs. I had done a lot of numericals there. Okay, if some of you did not watch that class, you should. So that was production area, students. Now if I move to the cost area, in the cost area, students, the concept of short run and long run cost both play an important role. Particularly, institute gives questions on SAC shape and LAC shape. So these are the 2 points you should understand the reasons behind them. So that will be very important and useful. Another important thing is that institute can ask you from the cost point about the economies of scale area and the diseconomies of scale area. So reading that once is going to severely help you. Then we move to from chapter 3, we move to students chapter 4, that is markets. Students, in the markets area, again a very important area rather, I would recommend you to study. The most questions are asked from is, obviously you all guessed it correct, perfect competition. The most is asked from perfect competition because it has a lot of different features. Particularly, I will highlight for you, it has a large number of buyers and sellers selling homogeneous products with the freedom of entry and exit. So that is something you should remember in perfect competition. In perfect competition, the curves are there. That is important, how market acts as a price maker and individual firm acts as a price taker. One of the students, I think Nikhil sir, is not unmute.
Yeah, yeah, I muted them.
Okay. So students, perfect competition is very important. Then what is monopoly? A single seller dominates the market. In monopoly, students, I would recommend you all study price discrimination, and the different degrees of price discrimination are very important to be very specific. Okay. Then in oligopoly, it goes without saying that the different types of oligopoly are very important, and how there is a king to demand hypothesis, Paul Suizy model as we call it in the oligopoly market. Acha, in monopoly market, student, there is a formula MR equals to AR into elasticity minus 1 by elasticity. Remember this formula. Institute has given in the past from this, and chances are high that they will give in the future as well. So MR equals to AR into E minus 1 by E is a rather important area.
Apart
Then
from that, in the course module also one diagram is there where the different distinctions of different types of market is been there. So for revisionary purpose, you can refer to that, because if you are paucity of time, then definitely that one single chart will at least have a understanding of what are the different characteristics, the shapes of demand curve, demand, the equilibrium condition, and you can refer to that. That distinctions, you can get it clear from that also.
right, sir. So students, as Nikhil sir has also already pointed out, so I will not repeat the same. Now students, moving on, having said about perfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, all these things. Now students, very important is another thing called monopolistic competition. Students, when we talk about monopolistic competition, institute will definitely focus on the high selling costs, that is the advertising costs that is incurred here. In oligopoly, similarly, institute can ask you a unique feature of oligopoly, which is interdependence among firms. Each firm will see what the other firm is doing and try to replicate that behavior. So there it is. Then in the last page of institute's material of the second unit of this chapter, there is a curve. There are different demand curves, supply curves. What will be the impact on equilibrium, price and quantity? A diagram like this is there. I had discussed it in the class as well. So go through that one, because that is going to really help you how the equilibrium, price and quantity moves. I had taken only one class on that, but that is more than sufficient to answer any question, any twist institute brings into the paper. You will easily be able to tackle those. Okay. Then students, we move to chapter number 5's journey. When I move to chapter 5, students, it's very important that the name is business cycle, and this is the most scoring chapter, I believe, because there are few important areas and questions definitely will come. Here there is no doubt, the parts I am telling you, you will definitely score if you just go through them. Number one is the different features of business cycle. Okay, that they are not uniform in nature, their time period is not fixed. These features will come. I am not saying may come, I am saying that will come, because that chapter is so small, they have to give question from here. Then the different indicators, the leading indicators, the coincident indicators, and the lagging indicators. And in the end, students, there are different economists, right, whose names are given. We need to study the name of the economists, right? For example, if I ask who spoke about technological innovation, right? So this way, there can be different questions set from that area. So business cycle, if you study these three areas, I am sure 5 to 6 marks will easily be covered from these three questions only. If I move to chapter 6, students, now chapter 6 is a very important area. The name is national income. We have done in great detail and in a great length discussion on national income. In great detail and in great length, I have taught you all national income. So let me narrate it for you. Let me highlight it for you. In national income, students, number one is the formula of GDP deflator, from where questions will come. है ना? GDP deflator. I will write down the formula for you, no worries. The formula is nominal GDP by real GDP into 100. There is this thing. Next thing is, students, having done GDP deflator, the next thing that's very important is the income method, the expenditure method, and the value added method. At the value added method. Okay, students. So you have your income method, you have your expenditure method, and you have your value added method. That is going to play a crucial role here in this area. What else, sir, is going to be crucial here? Students, what is going to be very important here is, in Keynesian economics, you see there are a lot of sums, right? In the Keynesian economics model, for example, if AS equals to AD, then we, kind of extrapolate it to the three different four sectors. So that is going to be very, very important. Three sector, four sector, two sector model, the circular flow of income, right? The value of investment multiplier, for example, the formula is K equals to delta Y, change in income by change in investment. So that's again an important area. Okay. I have noted it down. So that's what I am trying to teach you all, and I am trying to help you all with. Then, students, chapter 7. Chapter 7 is public finance. Also, these areas are the ones, students, where you all tend to make a lot of mistakes. Huh? So, in public finance, for example, then the first question could be, what kind of functions did Richard Musgrave prescribe? What are the three major functions of the government as per Musgrave? So that is very important, as per Richard Musgrave, where we study about the allocation function, the redistribution function, and the stabilization function. Then institute can ask question, which government will look after which function. So for example, central government will look after which function, state government will look after which function. That is another question. This time, in the recent September 25 attempt, Students Institute gave a question from article. Like this article deals with what? Though the question was of 1 or 2 marks, that showed us that we should go ahead and read the articles as well, as Institute is asking questions from that area as well. And then the lemons problem. The
And
lemons
in the
problem,
your module also, 6 7 articles are there in the public finance unit, so you can just
right,
refer to that. The
right,
students
sir.
can refer to that. So basically it's all related to taxes, presentation of budget and all other part only.
Right, sir. So students, the lemons problem where we talk about the insurance and the externalities. I should say the externalities, different kinds of externalities that you have in your syllabus is going to play a crucial role in your examination. And there is asymmetric information. That too I have covered when I said externalities only. So yes, there it is. It's very important in that.
Yesterday one student had asked about what is lemon in lemon problem.
Acha, understood, sir.
It is generally second hand car.
Yes, it is generally second-hand cars. For example, students, if a trade is going on, you are selling your second-hand car, then there is information asymmetry because the condition of your second-hand car you know more than the buyer. So there is a natural disbalance of information. When such a scenario occurs, we call it a lemons problem. Okay, right, sir. Students, having said that, then you have to study. Very important portion is in budget making students. In budget making students, the very important area is, let me write it down for you. In budget making, the fiscal responsibility and budget management, FRBM. Okay, FRBM rule is very important. The public debt management committee is very important. Different type of budget deficit, fiscal deficit, primary deficit, the revenue deficit, these are very important. Okay, then this time also institute students gave a question about article 266. So remember students, article 266 deals with public account. So this question came, maybe they repeat it, maybe not, but that goes on to show that we should remember our articles. That question was from budget itself, so I highlighted it for you. Okay, very important is the impact of taxes and subsidies. How taxes reduce expenditure by the public and how subsidies promote expenditure by the producers. That is very important. Crowding out effect. Students, when the private sector investment is crowded out because the government is investing too much in the country by borrowing from the banks, there is lesser money available with the banks to lend to the private sector. In that process, you see, in this, in doing so, you see students, private sector gets a second seat and they are called crowded out. And therefore, we say the private sector has been crowded out, right? Then students, we move to chapter 8. Chapter 8 students deals with money market. When I talk about money market students, a very important area of money market, all of us know is different theories related to demand and supply of money. I would recommend you don't guess that whether classical theory will come or
ये जान
Keynesian
के
theory
बना
will
पता
come
है
or
अक्षित जो
or
है ना,
or what
एक
kind of motive will come. Don't do that guesswork. Okay, there is a concept of liquidity trap. That's very important in the market. So liquidity trap you should study, right? Sir, students often ask me Friedman's approach. Of course, I told you na, all theories, including Friedman's approach, is relevant. So don't, bypass it. It is not a good practice. I would not recommend that. Money supply, definitely. institute has given, I think this time only, September and January, both time they gave calculation from, excuse me, from M1, M2, M3 and M4. They had given the question, institute had given the question. So it's important. And then students, the formula of money multiplier. There are two formulas of money multiplier. The problem with students is that you all practice only one. You think the other one is unnecessary. No, it all depends on what formula you will use. All depends on the what information institute has given. Let me write it for you. Money multiplier, two formulas are monetary supply by monetary base. Monetary supply by monetary base. That is one formula. That is one formula. So if institute has given you monetary supply and monetary base, then you calculate monetary supply, money multiplier like this. But students, if institute gives you different ratios, currency ratio, reserve ratio, extra reserves ratio, then the formula is 1 plus C by R plus E plus C, where C is the currency ratio, R is the required reserve ratio, and E is the extra or the excess reserve ratio. So all depends on the formula institute has communicated to you all. Here we studied the behavior of the public, behavior of the producers, right? The three channels, savings, investment, and all these channels that we studied are very, very useful here. If I talk to you about international trade, students, that is chapter number 9. Now, in international trade, I would be able to pinpoint almost the exact areas where questions will definitely come from. Not saying at all that you should not study the rest, but from here the questions will definitely come. I am reasonably sure. Looking at the recent pattern, the question from absolute, theory of absolute advantage, the theory of comparative advantage. यहाँ से स्टूडेंट्स आप लोगों को क्वेश्चन मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, ऐसा मेरा मानना है. एंड वन मोर थिंग, हेक्शर ऑल इन थ्योरी. I am not saying don't study the other theory. I am just saying on the basis of pattern. Okay, hekscher all in theory. So these theories you definitely should study. And then students, very important is the tariffs here. In this chapter, tariffs are very important. When I say tariffs, particularly these 3-4 tariffs, the mixed tariff, the compound tariff, escalated tariff, and your ad valorem tariff are very, very important. Again, not saying that other tariffs are useless. These tariffs are more important than the others. If I were to talk to you about the other instruments, very important is the WTO theory. What is the different programs that the WTO is conducting, right? Different WTO programs, the concept of preferential treatment, the guiding principles of the WTO. You should read it out. Okay, there it is. Then students, in chapter 9, also you have exchange rates. In chapter 9, you also have exchange rates. When I talk to you students about exchange rates, often dear students, you all forget this 4 terms. Appreciation, you study this, you will see that you will be able to score good. Appreciation, depreciation, revaluation and devaluation. बस अगर आपने ये चारों शब्दों को पढ़ लिया, it is almost sure that you will be able to do good. And the effect of real exchange rates. I had discussed it in the exchange rates class. So that's very important here in this topic. Then students, we move to chapter number 10. That's your Indian economy chapter. Let me highlight it for you. Again, we will not do selective studying students, but if you want to study something first, then with my experience, I will suggest you all the different new planning commission, Niti Ayog, the different schemes of Niti Ayog, okay, the different reforms under the agricultural sector like PM Kisan, okay, in the industrial sector like FAME for promotion of electric vehicles, in the agricultural sector and industry sector, you should study students. This should be your first goal. And apart from that, students, then you can read the rest. Because you see, I have line by line revised and discussed what is relevant for your upcoming examination. Okay. So students,
Students, generally, we had highlighted a few areas, although uh, all the concepts that is been given in your study module is important. So definitely, from the very beginning, we are telling the students that prepare your notes, refer to serans, refer to points to remember. Because why we were telling all these things? So, because definitely at the time of revision, you cannot revise the whole book at one go, because that time when you are preparing the concepts. Now, definitely, if you read all these material time and again, if you revise all this again and again, so definitely revision will take less of a time. Now, any other questions? So again, few students are there. I'll just unmute them and ask their doubt, and then we'll complete the session. So, Bindia, Bindia, Kritika, Kritika, you can unmute yourself. Kritika, Ashish, you see from your end, you are unmuting anybody. You can do
yes,
that.
yes, I have unmuted, sir, but
They are
nobody
not
is
asking.
speaking. No, no, sir.
Okay. Then Akshit, again we are unmuting. Any doubt? Initiating business enterprise and resource coordination point. Uh,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
what do you what do you want to understand?
I want to understand in that initiating business, enterprise, and resource coordination. In that, from third line, an entrepreneur perceives opportunity, organizes resources for exploiting.
This is the important characteristic of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur have to, while initiating any business, they had to foresee, they had to coordinate between the resources, then only they can set up a business, na?
Yes, sir.
So see, don't read too many things at the same time. Again, you'll get confused. Make it simple, read it simple, and don't try to at this moment. Na, your uh, goal is to clear your examination. Rest research you can do after you clear your examination. Fine. So focus on simple things. Don't get into a complication mode, so that again it will demotivate you.
Yes, sir, you're saying that we have to each and every topic in the bold letters given in study material. We have to focus on the main key points, sir.
No, no, not key points are important. The thing is, don't go into detailed analysis at this point of time. You need to revise all the concepts. So even though one or two lines you don't understand, that hardly make a difference at this moment. Only thing is, the important concept today also we had discussed in the class. Focus on those areas, so that your main aim is to clear the examination, not you want to become a economist right now. You can do it later. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So focus on clearing your examination right now. So all important points, all important tips that we had given you, uh, try to include that in your study schedule, and try to focus, because if you focus for another next 25 days, so definitely the chances of your clearing the examination will be very high. But if you involve yourself in such things, you don't want, because at the foundation level we don't expect a student to be an economist. We expect a student to have an understanding of the concepts. The rest, as you progress in your chartered accountancy journey, to intermediate foundation. So definitely all these simple things will be get more clearer to you. Like in class 1, when you are in class 1, the things were very tough for you, but when we you are in class 3 or class 4, the class 1 syllabus is very easy for you. So got my point? So
Yes,
again,
sir.
focus on simple things, and don't make it complicated for you right now, because your exam is near. Focus on simple things. Every We had already discussed about the syllabus, we had already discussed important points. So do that, and definitely we are hopeful that you are able to clear your exam. Vindhya Vinu? No. Tanu? Tanu, unmute yourself. Kritika? So any student have any query, any doubt at this point of time? Just write in the chat box or raise your hands. I think Assis, most of the doubts of the student is clear by now.
Right, sir.
And although uh, in detail also we had discussed about the whole syllabus, the important points, how to study, what care need to be taken, definitely. And in each and every classes we are making them the types of questions that has been asked in the examinations. Then now is the student effort, how much effort they are putting, how focused they are, how they are not distracted by the world, uh, how they uh, use their time uh, for study, distracted by gadgets and all. So definitely is the ball in is their court, how focused they are, so that they can clear their examination.
Right, sir.
So any departing tips that you want to tell the student?
No, sir. The only thing is that once they have students, once you all have read your ICI module, that is the first one. And if you have gone through the notes that you had made during the lectures, then I would request you all only one thing, and that would be to ultimately at the back of the institute, each chapter, some notes are given, right? Summarized notes. Those are very important. They are ekdam pinpoint. So read them. That is my only last tip for you all students.
Yeah, even I in the beginning also I had referred to all that because that is important. Sometimes glossary also happened, but that depends upon the student. So on a optimistic note, we say all the best to the student for their upcoming examination. Although we will meet again once in January for the final. Best of luck for your examination. So till then, uh, happy Christmas and happy New Year.
Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year, students. Thank you.
Thank you.
निसर्ग जी, हेलो निसर्ग जी, प्लीज बाइंड अप द सेशन.
Close the session.
निसर्ग जी, प्लीज बाइंड अप द सेशन.